Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Menken back here with Splash Sports. Today is September 20th, 2024. Little recap on yesterday's performance. We had a big deuce egg. Not what we wanted. We're going to sweep it right under the rug and get after it here today on Friday. We got a weekend series. The race is getting close in the wild card, especially in that NL wild card race with the Padres, D-backs, Mets, and the Atlanta Braves right behind out of the wild card spot. 2 games back from the Mets and the D-backs. It's crunch time. It's almost playoff time, and we're going to dig deep here into our Nickies, NRFIs plays. Remember, on this show, all we care about is the first 6 outs of the ball game, plain and simple. A NRFI means no runs first inning, while YRFI means yes runs first inning. But before I get into those free plays, you know what to do. Smash that like button for me and subscribe to my YouTube channel and toggle on that notification button. That way, every time I drop another video, you guys will get notified right away. All right, let's pick up right where we left off on a bad note in Wrigley. We're going right back to it. We got a day game starting with the Washington Nationals and my Chicago Cubs. Here for the Washington Nationals, they got Trevor Williams on the mound. He's 5-0 with 56 innings of work. Does have an ERA sitting at a 2.22, 47 strikeouts, and 14 earned runs for Williams on the season. He was injured, hasn't pitched since May 30th here. He's coming back, making his start against the Cubs. Jameson Talent. He's 10-8, 152 innings of work. Does have an ERA sitting at a 3.55 here, 119 strikeouts, and 60 earned runs for Jameson. Jameson did not pick up a win or a loss in his last outing against the Colorado Rockies, where he went 6 innings of work, 5 hits, and 2 earned runs. Trevor Williams, like I said, hasn't pitched since May 30th against the Atlanta Braves, where he picked up his 5th win of the season, going 5.2 innings of work, 4 hits, and 1 earned run. You saw yesterday's ball game end it with a Chicago Cubs victory, 7-6. Each team came out swinging in yesterday's matchup. They both scored in the first inning, top of the first and the bottom of the first there for the respective teams. I don't expect anything different to change. We got a day game in Wrigley. Both of these teams are playing free and easy. The Chicago Cubs, they're still in the playoff hunt, but they're not really. They're playing loose, not a lot of pressure on them. I'm expecting both of these teams to come out swinging the same as they did in yesterday's ball game. Each team can score here, especially on Trevor Williams for the Chicago Cubs. He's making his first game back since May 30th there. I expect the Chicago Cubs team, day game in Wrigley, to get all over this Nationals team and Trevor Williams. In game number 1 between the Nationals and the Cubs, we're smacking the YRFI yes runs first inning. Throw into game number 2, going back to Milwaukee, where the Arizona Diamondbacks take on the Milwaukee Brewers. Here for the Arizona Diamondbacks, they got Zach Gallen on the mound. He's 12-6, 137 innings of work. Does have an ERA sitting at a 3.61, 140 strikeouts. He is averaging over a strikeout here per inning and 56 earned runs for Gallen on the season. He'll be matched up here in Milwaukee versus Colin Ray, 12-5 on the season, 156 innings of work. Does have a ERA just over 4, sitting at a 4.14, 124 strikeouts, and 72 earned runs for Colin Ray. Ray didn't last long in his last outing against the Philadelphia Phillies, where he only went 2.2 innings of work, 3 hits, and no earned runs. And Gallen, on the other hand, did not pick up a win or a loss in his last performance against this very own Milwaukee Brewers team, where he went 5 innings of work, 6 hits, and 3 earned runs. As Arizona Diamondbacks won yesterday's ball game 5-1. They did not move in the standings in the wild card race because the Mets and the Braves won each of their games as well. I'm expecting Zach Gallen to come out. He knows where he's at in the standings here. They're making a push for the playoffs. I expect Gallen to do Gallen things and come out, compete, and get ahead of these Milwaukee Brewers hitters who have already clinched the NL Central here. Colin Ray, this is just simply a bounce-back game for himself, only going 2.2 innings against the Philadelphia Phillies. I'm expecting him to get out of the top of the first unscathed. That's why in game number 2, between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Milwaukee Brewers, we are smacking the NRFI. No runs first inning. Throwing our third and final game between the Chicago White Sox taking on the San Diego Padres here for the Chicago White Sox. They got Garrett Crochet, 6-12 on the season, 138 innings of work. Does have an ERA sitting under 4, sitting at a 3.78, 195 strikeouts. Clearly over a strikeout here per inning and 58 earned runs on the season for Crochet. He'll be matched up here in San Diego versus Joe Musgrove, 6-5 on the season, 87 innings of work, does have a higher end of an ERA, sitting at a 4.23, 86 strikeouts, and 41 earned runs. Musgrove picked up win number 6 in his last outing against the San Francisco Giants, where he went 6 innings of work, 3 hits, and no earned runs. And Crochet, on the other hand, he's coming off a loss against the Athletics, where he went 4 innings of work, 3 hits, and 1 earned run. Granted, this Chicago White Sox team is the worst team in all of baseball, and when Garrett Crochet is on the mound, he doesn't necessarily get the run support, so you can't look at his overall record. He is coming off a loss here, though, to the Oakland Athletics. I'm expecting Garrett Crochet to have a bounce-back game for himself, and the Padres are sitting in first place in that wild card spot. They're 2 games above the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Mets here. I think this matchup's just going to simply be a rubber matchup here today. I like the San Diego Padres in this ball game, clearly just because they want to keep that 2-game lead in the wild card race. I think Joe Musgrove and Garrett Crochet come out, compete, and work ahead of hitters here in the first. That's why in game number 3 between the Chicago White Sox and the San Diego Padres, we're smacking the NRFI. No runs, first inning. Let's take a recap of the games I selected for you today. Game number 1 between the Washington Nationals and the Chicago Cubs. We're smacking the YRFI. Yes runs, first inning. Game number 2 between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Milwaukee Brewers. We are smacking the NRFI. No runs, first inning. In our third and final game between the Chicago White Sox and the San Diego Padres, we are also smacking the NRFI. No runs, first inning. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nick Menken with Splash Sports. If you have not done so, smack that like button for me. It helps me out a ton, costs you guys none. And make sure to go follow me over on X and Instagram at Nick Menken. Best of luck and best bets.